it's not like they have all these go-to receivers. You know, Romeo Dobbs is a possession guy. He's not going to tear the top off of a defense. He's not totally feared. Watson is feared because of his speed. Jaden Reed was feared because he could, run all this jet motion and come out of the slot and run with the ball in his hands. Of course, Kraft was feared too, but you need all those things together. They don't have a Jamar Chase. They don't have T. Higgins. They don't have Justin Jefferson. They don't have Amon-Ra St. Brown. They have to win spreading the ball around and having a run game too.
Got to give you credit too, Tom. We talked back in the summer. This might have been midway through training camp or toward the end of training camp. And we were going through receiver to receiver to receiver. And you called Tucker Kraft. Like this offense, this passing game is going to run through him. And he was remarkable before tearing his ACL. But I still remember your take on Matthew Golden. And, at that time, there were some highlight reel plays, it sounds like, there on the practice field. But you've got that institutional knowledge. There haven't been many wide receivers that size who excel in Northeast Wisconsin, right? Like Ron Wolf to Ted Thompson. You just didn't see them draft receivers that size, and probably for a reason. Not to write off Matthew Golden, what 9 weeks into an NFL season, you can see he's got ability, but what in the hell is going on? He's a first round pick. Like we're sitting here talking about, they don't really have a go-to guy. You draft a receiver in the first round to be feared, right? That should be the player. I don't care if you're a rookie, year 3, 4, or 5, who makes you think as a D coordinator. And outside of a few bombs here and there hasn't been much.
They haven't featured him much. They don't feature guys a lot in that offense. And Love has been really kind of locked in on Romeo Dobbs more than anybody else. And I think Golden is going through what most rookie receivers do. I mean, unless you're Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson, you're a high first round pick with just tremendous talent. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a big factor as a rookie, And I think he'll still have something to be said about this season as it goes along. He's a little banged up, which was, to me, what was going to be the big question mark with him was physically how was he going to hold up over the course of a season. He's not a big guy, and you have to figure out ways to use him in ways that he's not going to just get killed on the field.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think they've done a real good job of getting him involved. I still think once they get Reed back, once Watson is a little bit more together, he'll be more of a factor. But part of the problem again is almost every team you see, even teams that are, cover 3 teams who love to keep safeties in the box, everybody is just playing a soft shell against the Packers and saying, until you prove you can run it, we're just going to sit back. We're not going to let Golden beat us, and we're not going to let Watson beat us. They're totally it's hard for a guy like Golden to get behind a defense because that's how they're playing. And so again, that's why I keep stressing the run so much, because until they can get these teams out of the shell looks, I don't know what good he is to their offense.
Wow.
He's not the kind of go over the middle, big physical type. That's not what they drafted him for.
I'm just chuckling because I feel like it was yesterday where we're on the beat together with McGinn, Laurie Nickel, writing stories in 2012 about this same issue, where after 2011, when Rodgers wins MVP, 45 touchdowns, 6 picks, 15-1, had a lot of single high that season. And I think in 2012, that's when you saw the 2 deep shell, just daring Green Bay to run the football. But they had Alex Green. I think he was playing through an injury. James Starks is in and out of the lineup, and they managed to win the division. And win a playoff game against Joe Webb before they get Kaepernick